Tonight, did the groundhog see its shadow?
Plus, find out why hundreds of high schoolers were on Troy's campus. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for February 2nd, 2012. I'm Judson Garner.
And I'm Bailey Majors. Thank you for joining us this evening. Today was the starting day of Seuss at Troy University. High school students could be seen all across campus and heard in Smith Hall, tuning their instruments and running through scales. Hundreds of high school students from across the Southeast are participating in the 39th annual Southeastern United States Concert Band Clinic and Honors Band at Troy University.
We come here every year and we audition.
The kids get intense rehearsals, intense work with our guest clinicians, plus they also get to see other outstanding high school bands perform.
One of the first tasks students must complete with Seuss are chair auditions to see what chair they place in and which band they will perform with.
You'll play two prepared pieces and then they'll give you a sight reading piece, which is something you've never seen before.
There's the highest band, which is the crimson, then there's the middle band, which I believe is the white, and then there's the lowest band, which is the gold band.
After the students are placed in the three bands, the performers practice until Saturday for a special concluding concert. One student shares her thoughts when getting ready to audition.
I'm not too nervous because I've done this a few years in a row, so it's not too bad. The music isn't too hard this year.
Throughout the clinic, students will be able to take a break from playing and hear performances from 4 different guest bands and meet other students from different schools. But why should students participate in Seuss?
Honor bands like this are important for students to come here. They work really hard together. They don't know one another, and the skills and knowledge that they get here, hopefully they'll take back to their home bands.
The Seuss Clinic will wrap up on Saturday with a concert at 5 p.m. in Claudia Crosby Theater.
This week is National Hazing Awareness Week, and as Rachel Scarborough tells us, the Greek system at Troy is trying to make a difference.
Hazing is defined as subjection to harassment or ridicule, and in light of recent events here on campus, the Greek system on Thursday had a table set out on the quad with information about hazing prevention.
This week is important to stop hazing everywhere, stop hazing as a whole, stop hazing in the Greek establishments as a whole.
Hazing just doesn't happen in Greek life. It is all around, but you may just not know it.
Hazing could be everywhere. Hazing could be, between your friends or, stuff like that. So it's just to stop it everywhere. Also, it is to stop hazing in sporting event or sports and other things like that.
If any students have questions about hazing, they can contact the Interfraternal Council located in the Student Service Center. Rachel Scarborough, Troy TrojanVision News.
And again, if you have any questions, you can contact the IFC at 670-3204. Well, Bailey, today is Groundhog Day, the day the world stops to find out a rodent's prediction of the weather.
That's right, Judson, and while everyone is eager to find out the results, not everyone is exactly clear as to what the groundhog's prediction actually means. Jamarlo Phillips hit the campus to find out.
Groundhog Day is celebrated on every 2nd of February of each year. Sayings are that if the groundhog comes out of his burrow on a cloudy day, then spring will eventually come early. But then if the rodent comes out of his burrow on a sunny day and sees his shadow, winter is said to be continued for 6 more weeks. While there were a few students who did know what holiday it was, there were still many who had no idea.
I think it's Groundhog Day. Today is February the 2nd.
I do not know, to be honest.
Oh, Martin Luther King holiday?
No.
Although there were many students who were not aware of what today was, some just simply tells us why this holiday is celebrated.
Let's see, Groundhog Day. When, traditionally they have the groundhog come out of the hole. If he sees his shadow, then there's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. If he doesn't see his shadow, then he's supposed to stay out in the sunlight, and it's supposed to be spring is right around the corner.
Isn't it supposed to be if he comes out, then I can't remember which way it goes, but it's either 6 weeks of winter or 6 weeks of warmer weather or something.
I really don't know. All I know is if
the groundhog see his shadow, I don't know. And if he don't, I still don't know. How it go?
It's where it's where people decide if we're gonna have an extra long winter or not.
If he comes out, ain't it like 6 weeks? If he don't see his shadow, it's 6 weeks of summer. No, yeah.
Jamarlo Phillips, Troy, TrojanVision News.
And for your information, the world-famous Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow by tradition means 6 more weeks of winter. We'll find out if that holds true for this week later from Kendra and weather.
Now taking a look at news from around the state, a 26-year-old Shelby County woman is going to prison for more than 3 years after pleading guilty to stealing personal information on more than 4,000 patients at a Birmingham hospital. Authorities say Chelsea Catherine Stewart of Alabaster told patients information from Trinity Medical Center while an associate of hers was a patient there.
The Republican leader of the Alabama Senate has helped pay a legal bill of a Democratic senator acquitted of all charges in Alabama's gambling corruption investigation. Senate President Pro Tem Del Marshall of Anniston filed a campaign finance report showing he gave $5,000 from his campaign fund to a legal defense fund for Democratic Senator Quentin Ross of Montgomery.
The Alabama Department of Environmental Management has announced a new effort among local and state officials to clean up the Mill Creek watershed as a new whitewater rafting course is developed in the Phoenix City and Columbus, Georgia areas. The creek flows from Smith Station through Phoenix City into the Chattahoochee River.
Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, we will find out why it is hard to find organic milk in some parts of the nation.
Plus, in sports, we will go live to Sartain Hall where Danielle Percival will give us a preview of tonight's men's basketball game.
Sartain Hall will be the site of a doubleheader tonight, and I'll have a preview of the men's game coming up in sports.
The first must-have app of 2012 is here. The Troy University app, available at the iTunes App Store, puts information and interaction with Troy University at your fingertips even when you're on the go. Whether you're a student, a faculty or staff member, alumni, or a friend of Troy University, you'll find the Troy app indispensable. Students can work on online classes and get information about courses. Plus, there are campus maps, a staff directory with email and phone numbers, information about athletics, news, and much more. Get it today. The Troy University app for iPhone, iPad, and iPod Touch.
Yo, check out this chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Dude, look at those hands.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, and this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning TrojanVision Nightly News.
And now for a look at what's happening across the nation and around the world, we'll go to Judson Garner at the Global News Desk. Judson.
Thanks, Bailey. More families are switching from regular milk to organic milk, but now it's in short supply and stores in some parts of the country are having trouble keeping it on the shelf. Inez Farah says the reason why may surprise you.
Gail Wolf buys organic milk because she believes it's better for her kids.
Is it more expensive? Yes. Do my kids drink tons of milk? Yes. Is this one place I know that I can reduce their chemical exposure? Absolutely, and that's why we do it.
Organic milk is popular. Sales were up about 15% in the last year. But now shortages are being seen in several parts of the country. Some stores are having trouble keeping it in stock and posting signs apologizing for empty shelves.
But the reason for the organic milk shortage is not how much people are drinking, it's the cost of what cows are eating.
You wanted more to eat? Organic farmer Clifford Brunner says his cows can only eat crops that have never been treated with pesticides. That makes the organic feed much more expensive, up 40% in the past year.
That just digs into your pocketbook or cuts out your profits entirely.
Because of the high cost, Brunner and organic farmers across the country are forced to cut back on the amount they feed their cows. And the less a cow eats, the less milk they produce.
It's like a catch-22 thing. So you feed less grain, but then when you feed less grain, you make less milk. but then you're making less money. This tank holds 600 gallons.
Brunner's bottom line is about to get a boost. He produces milk for Organic Valley. In March, the company will start paying farmers more for their milk. But that will mean higher prices at the store for shoppers like Gail Wolf.
We're not going to stop buying organic, even if it's more expensive.
She says for her family, the extra cost is worth it. Ines Ferre for CBS News, Cooperstown, New York.
And that'll wrap things up from the Global News Desk. To see more stories from across the country and around the world, you can tune in to Trojan Vision Global News right after the nightly news. Now back to you, Bailey.
Thank you, Judson. And now Tiffany Lesser joins us with a look at sports. So, Tiffany, I know it's a really busy night for both the Trojan men's and women's basketball teams.
That's true. We do have a doubleheader starting tonight at about 5:15, 5:20. And I'll get into those details right now. Troy women's basketball will get a break from being on the road as they take on Florida International tonight at 5:15. This is the first game of the 3-game home stretch. Troy looks to the continued leadership of their seniors through the final stretch of the season. But the Trojans will be facing one of the top players in the conference against FIU, Jerica Coley. And head coach Mike Murphy explains that Coley is just one of the many challenges when playing against FIU.
FIUs have been a team we've been very competitive with in the past. They're a little bit different than anybody we've seen this year. They're very big. They play very methodically. They've got the leading scorer in the conference, who's a sophomore guard. That'll be a challenge for us. I expect them to play a lot of zone, which is something we haven't seen a lot of, so we'll have to be prepared for that.
Tip-off for the women's game will be at 5:20 and is the first of 2 games in Sartain Hall tonight. That's where we're headed now to get a preview of tonight's men's game from our very own Danielle Percival, who's coming to us live from Sartain Hall. Danielle, how are things looking over there?
Well, as you can see and probably hear, the atmosphere is set and the women's game is set to begin in just a few moments. As you can see, the women have hit the court. But looking ahead to tonight's matchup, the men's game, they will also be taking on Florida International. And both of these teams only have 2 conference wins so far this season. So one of these teams will be picking up lucky number 3 tonight. Now the Trojans started the season hot at home with 4 straight wins, but followed that up with 4 straight losses. They did pick up a win against Louisiana Monroe in their last home game. And Coach Maestri said that he knew that his team would have to come out hot tonight in order to pick up a win against Florida International. As you can see, the stage is set here tonight, so best of luck to the Trojans. That's all here from Sartain Hall. Now back to you at the station, Tiffany.
Sounds good, but before I let you go, Trojan fans have a chance to see a celebrity in the house tonight at Sartain. Is that right?
Tiffany, in case people didn't know, the head coach of Florida International is Hall of Famer Isaiah Thomas, so Trojan fans will get the chance to not only see the team, but see a celebrity.
Play tonight immediately following the women's game, which should be getting started in just a few minutes. We'll try to get back to Danielle later on in the show to get an update on the women. Baseball season is a little over 2 weeks away, and while many star players from last season's defending Sun Belt Championship team have graduated, a few star players have returned, like starting pitcher Tyler Ray. Ray has already been named to several 2012 All-American lists, and after his success last season, all eyes will be on Ray.
Senior starting pitcher Tyler Ray will enter into his final season in a Trojan uniform following a stellar junior year, which saw Ray capture the Sun Belt Pitcher of the Year award behind a 12-0 record as a starting pitcher and a 2.39 ERA. But Ray says that all of the credit from last season's success goes to his teammates and the coaching staff.
It wasn't able to happen without, the effort we put in as a team. We had a very good team last year. 12-0 just absolutely shows how we can hit the ball and play defense, and not just get out there and do strikes and we won ball games. The 3 ERA just leads back to defense too.
Just put together probably one of the best pitching performances in a season that I've seen in my career. So after his 12-0 season last year, he's in shape to break a lot of really big records, including our own career wins here at Troy, the Sun Belt Conference's career wins.
Ray was the only pitcher in the nation last season to have 12 wins and 0 losses. He finished the 2011 season tied for 7th in the nation in victories. Now going into his senior year, the Trojans are expecting each opponent's best effort when facing Tyler Ray.
You're pitching for the defending Sun Belt champions. You know, whoever goes out there on Friday night is going to have a bullseye on their back, and I'm just proud to be that guy. And you know, I don't want to be compared to last year when it comes to stats and stuff, because 12-0 was a very special year for me. And but I think I'm ready to enjoy that, you know, mentality of everybody's coming after you every night, and just ready for it to keep going.
Ray will be the first to remind you that one player and one great season does not define a team. Ray says it's a group effort, and the 2012 Trojans have been hard at work in the offseason, hoping to make it back to regionals and even further to the College World Series.
Last year we made the Vanderbilt Regional, and you know, we always talk about going to Omaha, and I think really last year shows how realistic that goal is for us. You know, we ran into a good Vanderbilt Regional, and I think it shows how realistic our goals are and how we can accomplish them if we keep playing good.
Taylor Burke, Troy TrojanVision Sports.
First pitch for the 2012 baseball season will be on February 17th when the Trojans play host to the Central Michigan Chippewas. So Judson Bailey, hopefully the basketball team's going to get a win tonight, as well as start the baseball season off right in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and as always, we wish the Trojans best of luck.
Yes. Absolutely, it would be great to have a win tonight.
It definitely would. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Still to come on TrojanVision Nightly News, Aaron Taylor finds out one Troy community service is helping the needy. That story is after the break.
But first, today has been warm and sunny. Will these temperatures stick around for the weekend? Kendra?
Well, Bailey, it's been a beautiful day on campus today, but will this sunny weather continue? I'll give you the rundown after the break.
Be out there. Be out there. Be out there. Be out there.
Time was, kids did what came naturally. Spending free time running barefoot through the grass, wading knee-deep in streams, climbing to the tallest branch. But today, American kids are more likely found texting, watching TV, or gazing at a computer screen. They spend more than 7 hours in front of electronic media. Something essential has been lost: childhood's connection to the natural world. That's why National Wildlife Federation created the Be Out There movement. Kids move indoors causes a host of problems, from obesity to ADHD. But outdoor play can go a long way to improving kids' health, body, mind, and spirit. It helps them stay fit, enhances creativity and attention spans, and could even make them better students. Do your part. Be a part of Be Out There. There's a reason why they call it the great outdoors. Learn more at beoutthere.org.
From the high-definition digital production studios of Troy University, you're watching the award-winning Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Now Kendra Richards joins us with a look at weather.
So Kendra, some people were actually complaining today, saying it was too warm outside. And I felt like a lot of people actually really enjoyed the spring-like temperatures. How long are these temperatures going to stick around?
Well, Judson, I love winter weather. I would love to see some cooler temperatures, but as the week looks, I don't think those temperatures are going to let up any sooner. We'll go ahead and take a look at more detail. Right now, let's take a look at our campus snapshot. Looking out over Bibb Graves today, you can see that the sky is absolutely gorgeous. There are no clouds in the sky, just beautiful weather outside today. Nothing winter-like at all. Now let's take a look at our current conditions. Right now our skies are sunny. The temperature's at 74 degrees. Our dew point's at 55 with the humidity at 52%, and our barometer's at 30.16, and those winds are coming in north-northeast going about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Let's take a look at today's stats. Our high today, 74 degrees, the low, 53. We saw a little bit, just a tad bit of rain today. The sunrise was at 6:36 a.m. and has set at 5:19. Now let's take a look at our temperatures across the state. As you can see, looking out across the entire state of Alabama, everybody is seeing a lot warmer temperatures across Alabama. 71 in Montgomery, Phoenix City 72. So it's a whole lot of warmer temperatures across our state. Let's take a broader look at the temperatures across the southeast. Moving further east, you'll see down in Jacksonville, Florida, 77 degrees. Down in Orlando, 81 degrees. So nothing winter-like about those temperatures down in Florida. As we look at our temperatures across the U.S., you can see looking out to the west of us, they do have some cooler temperatures to the west, 39 degrees, as well as the high 40s. So they're seeing a lot cooler temperatures than what we're seeing in our area. As we take a look at our current surface across the entire U.S., you'll see there's high pressure and low pressure resting across the U.S. as well. A closer look at our current surface, you'll see there's a stationary front resting across the southeast, keeping everything nice and warm, and those temperatures are warming up as we continue to move along. But our rain forecast for the next 2 days, we will have rain covering the entire southeast, Birmingham area, Atlanta, Nashville as well. So we will see rain for the next 2 days, and it'll be some wet weather for the weekend. Our thunderstorm forecast for the next 2 days, we won't see any thunderstorms in our area, but looking out to the west of us, you can see that parts of Memphis and Dallas will have some severe thunderstorms in their area, but we don't have to worry about that. Moving on, you can see this evening, you can see that the high pressure system will remain to the north of us, and the stationary front will remain in our area, keeping everything steady and not that many changes in our weather for this evening. As we look at Friday, tomorrow's forecast, you can see we will see some rain in our area, absolutely, including parts of Louisiana and Mississippi as well. Moving on into Saturday, we will have rain in those areas, but it'll be slowly moving out, but we will see rain on Saturday. Let's take a look at our current skies for tonight. Cloudy skies, late showers this evening. It's a 78% chance of rain, so don't forget to grab that umbrella because it will be a little wet tonight. The winds are going to be rolling in east-northeast at about 8 miles per hour, and our low tonight is 53 degrees, so the temperature will drop this evening. As we look at tomorrow's forecast, cloudy skies as well, a few showers with its winds rolling in, going about east at about 12 miles per hour, and our high will be 66 degrees tomorrow as well. Let's take a look at our class outlook. Waking up in the morning, going to those 8 o'clock classes, you will see 54 degrees, a cool start. About 10 o'clock, 58 degrees, just a little bit chilly. 64, the temperature will slowly begin to warm up. And by 3 p.m., 65 degrees. If you like, you can go for a jog as well. Now let's take a look at your 4-day rundown. Friday, you can see that there we'll have a 30% chance of rain with a high of 66. Saturday, a 20% chance, as well as on Sunday, a 40%, as well as on Monday as well. So you can see, Justin, the temperatures aren't going to get lower throughout the week, but at night you'll have lower temperatures, but we'll have a wet weekend for the rest of the weekend. The next 4 days, absolutely, just covered in rain and thunderstorms. So be careful out there.
Well, it looks like we're going to need to keep an umbrella on hand at all times.
You will.
So thanks for the advance warning.
You're welcome.